Thank you, Dr. Kadri. As Michael Tremblay mentioned in his address when speaking about innovations and our innovative partnerships and the need for multiple stakeholders, the videos we have today are from some innovative stakeholders, and they're asking you your opinion or your thoughts on some issues that they face. There's no right or wrong answers. They're polling you for your expertise and insights. So, as mentioned, one of these is Dr. Gary Kobinger, who's the Director of Infectious Disease in Laval, Quebec, and he wants to talk about partnerships in medical crises. So if we can have the first video, please.
Hello, my name is Prof. Gary Kobinger. I'm the Director of the Infectious Disease Research Center, University of Laval, Quebec, Faculty of Medicine. And my question is, what are the possible solutions from pharmaceutical companies to tackle the challenges associated with the complex and time-consuming regulatory process of bringing novel clinical modalities, including vaccine and therapeutics, to the community in situation of emergencies? The reality is that we can keep up with the growing problem of resistance and emerging and re-emerging pathogen, including something as frequently occurring as new influenza viruses. On flu, for example, we likely will not be able to prevent a new Spanish flu-like influenza from being almost as devastating as in 1918, considering that it takes 6 to 8 months to bring an adapted vaccine to market, following a process that is very well known. Thank you for your time. Looking forward for the answer. Thank you.
So how can pharma respond more rapidly to new medical crises? And we have 5 options here. C and D are the most popular responses. Greater collaborative efforts with academia and public research institute, and Health Canada needs to provide better incentives, such as what the FDA has done in the United States. Great feedback on that. This is it actually ties in nicely with what Mr. Halleck was presenting earlier, and the need to invest in value in innovations. In infectious disease, this is a market where new drugs came to market and then didn't get funded, or they got restricted for very special patient types. And when you look at this as a case study, 10 years ago there was no new innovative antibiotics coming to market. And where do we find ourselves today as a result of that lack of investment and innovation? Is we now have diseases that were once treatable. We have diseases that were once curable that are no longer curable, because we weren't keeping up with the level of investment, and we weren't because the payers weren't paying for them. So that's a great case study for why payers should be continuing to pay for value, and we should be continuing to invest. If we can have the second question, please. This is from Sharon Lee, who's with the Allergy and Asthma Information Association.
Hi, my name is Sharon Lee. I'm the Executive Director of the Allergy Asthma Information Association. AAIA is our acronym. We are a nonprofit charitable organization that is interested in long-term funding, as we work with many of the researchers that are directly in connection with a lot of the pharma companies. And so we often wonder, how can we move beyond the $2,000 to $3,000 funding? How can we move it to a sustainable and effective funding? Because we're always soliciting families and individuals to work with you so that you can find out what their needs are, how does it affect them, is it working, especially for your trial runs. And often, too, we come up with great ideas of saying, hey, this is what we're hearing from our families and individuals, what they're wanting to do. And so it goes both ways. We can come back and give you some great ideas of some of the products that is needed out there in the market, as well as giving you access to families and individuals who are willing to participate in your test runs. So I think it's a mutual funding way, and if you could maybe help us out to figure out what would work for you and what could be helpful for us, that'd be great.
So how can not-for-profits best work with pharma for optimal public health outcomes? And thank you. Yeah, this is a gauge of public opinion, and the response is that pharma should seek out not-for-profit organizations for more input about what trials to conduct. Certainly, we talk about big data and innovations and technological enhancements, and there are still boots on the ground with these nonprofits that have got direct access to patients and understanding of the patient needs and so on, and it's invaluable for us to be able to partner with these organizations to help our own investments. So, Thank you very much.